Hello, welcome to the London Ukulele Project's podcast. In this series, we are chatting with some of the amazing artists that featured on our charity single, With a Little Help from My Friends. I have to say, my husband was a little bit starstruck because I'm speaking to Charlotte from the Bad Mouse Orchestra. He's like, what? I've just been reading about her in the magazine.
What?
Your front cover.
Yeah, right.
Yay!
Hey.
You all look so cool. You're just all so cool. How are you so cool? Honestly, you just ooze coolness.
Oh my goodness, thank you.
I had such a lovely chat with Charlotte Pelgen, who not only performs her own music, but is a member of the Bad Mouse Orchestra. She's also one half of Charlotte and Elisabeth, with Elisabeth Pfeiffer, who we interviewed in episode 2. Charlotte is so relaxing to chat to. She has such a calm nature about her, and her knowledge and passion for the roaring 20s, daring 30s and wicked 40s is very cool. So we're delighted to be chatting to Charlotte Pelgen today. Where are you, Charlotte? Are you in Germany or whereabouts are you?
I'm in Germany. I'm in the very south in Freiburg, which is in the area of the Black Forest, which is a very, very sunny and warm area, very beautiful.
How lovely. Well, thank you so much for doing this, and thank you also so much for being on the track.
Well, thank you for organizing everything and taking care of everybody so well and making everybody feel warm and comfortable.
I'm certain that it happens all the time.
You're so artistic. I love your background.
I like putting little beautiful things everywhere.
How has lockdown been for you? Have you been on your own, or were you able to stay with family? Or
I stayed mainly with my partner, but I also spent some time alone. But it was okay. It was fine. I'm a person who's quite happy with being by myself as well, and I have the Black Forest just outside my door, and I have a big balcony, so I really, I can't complain when I look at friends and other people who had it a lot worse than me, so I feel like I'm extremely lucky. Of course, it has been a very inspirationless time, like not being able to play live music or just to sit around a campfire and play with people. That's what I was really missing. Concerts, it's okay, but just the hour after the concert where you sit around with people and chat and get to know them and play music together, those are the really valuable moments, I think. And I think no online festival can replace that, even though it was better than having nothing. The whole being together is really a thing that I missed a lot.
Yeah, they're making connections.
Yeah.
What we do at the Ukulele Project the London Ukulele Project is to bring people together, because we feel like music is such a good way of combating loneliness, particularly, but it's a really good way of building relationships. And have you found that with the ukulele world? That
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, I joined the ukulele world in late 2016, and ever since then it just felt like a big family, and seeing it grow and seeing it connect to more people all over the world. It's just such a fantastic community that I think is absolutely, how do you say in English? It's einzigartig in German, like one of a kind, a community one of a kind.
Yeah, it's very special, isn't it?
And yet, love, every time I hear drums, and I envy the rose, what you held in your teeth, love, with the thorns underneath, love, sticking into your gut. Your eyes cast a spell that bewitches. The last time I needed 20 stitches to sew up the gash you made with as we dance to the masochism tango. Bash in my brain and make me scream with pain and kick me once again. I swear we'll never part. I know too well I'm underneath your spell. So darling, if you smell something burning, it's my heart. Take your cigarette from its holder and burn your initials in my shoulder. Fracture my spine and swear that you're mine as we dance to the masochism tango.
So can you tell us a bit more about what you've been doing with Elisabeth?
So we have a chanson project or a band, we're a duo, and we are playing mainly German chansons. Chansons is a special genre. I know it's not very well known maybe in the English-speaking world, but it's songs that tell a story, that convey emotions, a very special genre, full of stories, yeah. And it's people like, maybe people know Bertolt Brecht, who wrote the Three Penny Opera. It's from that guy, Jacques Brel. It's a lot of it's a French tradition, really, in the small world. And we are, usually these songs are played with piano and vocals. So we're doing it with ukulele and vocals, which is something completely new that hasn't been there before. But the songs, they lend themselves quite well to the ukulele. And it's a lot of fun to kind of reinterpret them and reduce them to the minimum and present them in a very fragile way and very emotional way.
Well, it works so well. What a lucky pairing that was.
Lass mich nicht allein, wenn du mich verlässt, stürzt der Himmel ein. Lass uns so wie einst stumm am Fenster stehen, Traum verloren sehen, wie die Nebel drehen, bis am Himmelszelt voll der Mond erscheint und unsere beiden Schatten liebevoll vereint. Bitte geh nicht fort, bitte geh nicht fort, bitte geh nicht fort, bitte geh nicht fort. Glaube mir, ich werd deine Sehnsucht stillen, werd dir jeden Wunsch dieser Welt erfüllen.
How you met your Bad Mouse Orchestra bandmates was a similar thing, wasn't it? It was just by chance you happened to meet, is that right?
Yeah. So the Bad Mouse Orchestra I met at a music festival, not a ukulele festival, in 2015. And we didn't really know each other, but by chance we just one day started, we sat around at a table together and we realized that we all have a passion for the same kind of music. And we all knew the same songs and we just started playing 5/2. And we all knew the same arrangement, and on the spot we decided we have to start a band. At the time we were spread out all over the place. I was living in Sweden. Stefan, the other ukulele player, was living in south of Germany, here in Freiburg, and the guitar player was living in the north of Germany. But we made it work because it was really important for us to keep it going.
What do you think was your turning point with it? Was there a pinnacle moment where you felt like we've arrived? We're gonna get on the cover of Ukulele magazine.
Well, actually, I think after 5 minutes that we had met each other, for us it was so special. We were like, hey, I don't think anybody else is playing this kind of music in this kind of formation, and it's totally something we should do. And we just we just loved each other instantly. It was such a nice connection, and we were fantasizing and joking around all the things we could do with the music. And we never ever thought that this would happen, that we would end up on the cover of a magazine. But that was never the goal either. We just wanted to have a good time playing together.
Yeah, of course. We didn't meet there, unfortunately, but I did see you perform at Grand Northern Ukulele Festival.
Right.
And you were there was such a buzz around you. You were definitely the one that people wanted to see. It was
so crazy. I still can't believe it.
Well deserved. You're amazing.
No one to walk with, but I'm happy on the shelf. Ain't misbehaving, I'm saving my love for you and you what do I care? Your kisses are worth waiting for. Believe me, I won't stay out late, don't care to go. I'm home about 8, just me and my radio. Ain't misbehaving, I'm saving my love for you.
I have my album. Tell us about Drunk with Love.
Oh yes, that has kept us busy for the last year. Quite busy. It's our new CD with all songs from queer artists from the early 20th century. So it's LGBTQ artists or performers that were kind of swept under the rug after everything got very, very conservative again in the late 30s and through the Second World War in Germany. And these artists and songwriters wrote absolutely amazing songs or performed these songs, and they're just, a lot of them are completely forgotten because just because they were queer. And we felt that that is incredibly unfair and unjust, and these people need to have a voice, and their songs need to be heard again. So we started digging up their life stories and found more and more artists and more songs. In the beginning, we only knew one song and one artist, and then it kind of grew from there. And in January, we recorded 15 songs that are on the CD, and we also put in a quite extensive booklet with kind of the biography, a short biography to each of the artists.
Really done. Did you do it all in English, or have you done one in German as well?
We are currently translating it to German. So we did it in English originally, but there will be like an online version where German people can read it in German as well.
And so did you do it in English because your fans are predominantly in the UK, or?
No, I think just because we have the people that we reach are spread out all over Europe and the US, and also we have some people listening to this in Japan and in China. And even though I think our biggest proportion is in Germany with people that are listening to us, we wanted to make it available to everybody. And then the first choice was English, but we do dream about translating it into even more languages. So we have it like on the webpage, and you can just click, read it in English, in German, maybe in French, maybe in Spanish, I don't know.
Wir haben uns so heiß geliebt und unser Glück war nie getrübt. Drum sag ich dir auf Wiedersehen, wir wohl auf die Welt. One day someday maybe roll out and roll, kiss me more, can't you see? It's the animal in me. Oh, your caress possesses the king of the kangaroo. If music suits the savage beat, think for a little bit of laughter. Like on the bellows, on the bed, and you never leave so flat. Why do I like you like that? It's the animal in me. Just baby, that's me.
Your father has been a massive influence on your musical journey. Can you tell us a little bit about how you started? Did you start singing, or did you play an instrument? How did it all begin?
I mean, I've been singing all my life, like many kids do, I guess. And then my first instrument was actually the bagpipes, since my father is a bagpipe teacher.
Amazing.
But it wasn't quite for me because I wanted to sing. So I swapped over, I changed to drums, which was maybe not the smartest move because I couldn't sing to that either. And then I started with the guitar, and I already felt like that's something more for me, but I was very impatient child, and I think I'm still pretty impatient. And then one day my father brought home a ukulele from a concert tour he did in China, and he brought back a ukulele. It was at a time where you couldn't really buy that many ukuleles in Germany, but they already had them in China. And he just showed me a few chords, and I could already play a few songs then just with these couple of chords, you know, the story with the C, F, and G7, and the whole world opens up to you. And it was so quick, and I loved it because you had results quickly as an impatient child or teenager at the time. I think I was 12 maybe. And so it was all my father's fault. He also is interested in the whole 20s to 40s music, so he's also the one who got me onto that. And he also plays beautiful French folk music, which is also beautiful kind of music. So he's a very big inspiration and influence. Yeah.
Well, I loved seeing the video that you did together when you were able to see each other after lockdown. How did your dad get into the bagpipes?
He started as a young adult, maybe around, I think he was just 18 or something like that. I might be lying, but he was young. And I'm not really sure why he started on the bagpipes, but I know that his mother, my grandmother, gave him one as a birthday present, and it's still the same one that he's playing today. And so it's not like the Scottish bagpipes, it's the French and German bagpipes that he's playing that are a little bit softer in tone and that are used in dance music. And I think he just loved that scene. It's a lot with dancing, and it's very artistic and very colorful, and just loved it.
This is Christoph, and he is my father.
Howdy.
He is the one who introduced me to music, to the ukulele, to the 20s music, so it's his fault, everything. And we thought we'd use this opportunity to play some tunes together. I'm really happy I got to visit him. Lockdown is loosening a little bit in Germany, so we got the opportunity to do this, and we're gonna play some tunes from the 20s to 40s. And before I talk anymore, let's jump right into Crazy Words, Crazy Tune, an absolutely iconic song of the era, and at least we think it is an absolute must for all the ukulele players.
Let's go.
Let's go.
There's a guy I'd like to kill. If he doesn't stop, I will. Got a ukulele and a voice that's loud and shrill. 'Cause he lives next door to me, and he keeps me up till 3 with his ukulele and a funny melody. Crazy words, crazy tune, all that you'll ever hear him croon. Bo-do-do-do, bo-do-do-do-do. Sits around all night long, sings the same words to every song. Bo-do-do-do, bo-do-do-do-do. His ukulele daily and how it's from. Black bottom, crazy words, crazy tune. Driving me crazy soon. Come on, Charlotte.
What is the plan now?
Well, I don't know. I think what becomes more clear now is that the whole COVID thing has a long tail when it comes to the music business, because all the bookings are delayed and you don't know what's going to happen. So I think all the artists kind of are forced to create some form of online persona and to learn how the whole online music business works, which is a completely different thing than being a live performer. So I want to work with that mainly, and maybe push my solo stuff a little bit, because I also write original songs that I never really show to anybody, and maybe get a little bit back into the Sheet Music Saturday series that I'm doing on Instagram, and maybe expand it a little bit into tutorials and teaching. And I'm not quite sure yet, but I'm working on a plan right now.
That was brilliant. That sounds very exciting. I loved your sheet music tutorials. And that was, did that come from the shop that you worked in? Or maybe you're still working in the shop where
No, that's not exactly the case, because the shop I was working in, they were selling and archiving shellac discs, so 7/8 gramophone records. But of course, that's also a massive inspiration for me. We have all the records around from that time. But I also collect old sheet music, just in my private time, and they're like this little bit bigger than A4, beautifully illustrated, always just a single song in them. Actually, do you want to see one? I can show you some.
I'd love to. They're stunning, aren't they?
Here's a little pile with maybe that's a song people know. Yes, sir, that's my baby.
I know, it's so beautiful. Why don't we do that nowadays?
Right. And it's just one song, and usually there's also ukulele chord symbols of the music, because it was such a important instrument back in the days. So this one, Ain't She Sweet, also very pretty.
That's so cool.
Yeah, so I collect those. I just order big lots of random sheet music on eBay and then play through them and see if I find something nice. And so that was the inspiration for the Sheet Music Saturday series.
He can't dance, but for real romance, he's the last word. Barely talks, but for moonlight walks, he's the last word. He may be meek and quiet when there's a crowd about, but he's a red-hot riot when all the folks go out. Can't recite, but for holding tight, he's the last word. He starts slow when he starts to go, he's the last word. I knew well and found you fair, then you left me and I laughed at fate. Now I ask, is it too late? Love, your melody is in the air, yet I call you when you are not there. Come, here is my heart, my soul to make me forget the voice that whispers wait. Make me forget the voice that whispers wait.
No, online festivals, what did I do? We did the Polish one, my father and me together. And we did the Czech one with the Bad Mouse Orchestra, where actually we could meet. So the Bad Mouse Orchestra, we all met in Freiburg, and we were on Stefan's balcony and were live streaming to Unityce in Czech.
Oh, that's brilliant.
That was pretty funny, because we didn't see the audience and we didn't hear the audience. So we were just playing for a screen, and we knew that they hopefully can hear and see us, but it was very weird.
I think it's a learning curve for everybody at this moment in time.
I think that's the nice thing, though. That is makes it a little bit easier that we're all experiencing the same issues and the same difficulties, and we're all learning together how this whole new world functions. It's been amazing watching everybody deal with it, though, and all the things that everybody keeps producing, and all this creativity that you can suddenly see online. It's pretty impressive.
It is impressive, but do you feel pressure to be creative? I think because obviously I have a great interest in mental health, and I think that a lot of people were saying, it's okay, you don't have to write a novel in this time.
Yeah.
You don't have to write a brand new album. It's all right just to empathize with the whole planet and just feel.
Yeah, I'm very thankful for those voices, because of course I felt a lot of pressure. I always feel I always have a hate-love relationship with social media in general. And there were times where I felt pretty creative and felt like, okay, I can use this time to learn more skills on video editing and whatnot. But I was so thankful for everybody who just wrote these little statements online, like, hey, you don't have to. It's okay if you don't. And I think that's so important to remember, that this is it's a pretty special situation, and there's no right way how to deal with it.
You are very wise for someone of your years. Can I be very rude and ask you, how old are you?
I'm 23.
23? You're just so young, and the whole world is ahead of you.
Each night it seems my lover comes to me. He's so charming, strong and tall. It's alarming how I fall. He's ideal, but then he isn't real, and I'm a fool. But aren't we all?
It is very exciting that you have achieved so much so early on in your career, and it's going to be very, very exciting to see
I'm
where
excited.
your journey takes you. You're so lovely. Thank you so much. Keep doing what you're doing because it's absolutely brilliant. And
Same goes to you. I
I'm-
mean, feels like everything you do has such a big meaning. It's beautiful.
oh, you're so sweet. Do you have a favorite song off of your album Drunk with Love?
I think it's constantly changing between Anything Goes and Strong, Solid and Sensational.
And we've often rewound the clock since the Puritans got a shock when they landed on Plymouth Rock. If today any shock they would try to stem, instead of landing on Plymouth Rock would land on them. In olden days, a glimpse of stocking was looked on as something shocking, but now God knows anything goes. Good authors too, who once knew better words, now only use for letter words, writing prose. Anything goes. The world has gone mad today, and good's bad today, and black's white today, and day's night today. When most guys today, the women prize today, are just silly gigolos. So though I'm not a great romancer, I know that you're bound to answer when I propose. Oh, anything goes.
Thank you, Charlotte.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much for watching and listening to this podcast. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel if you'd like to hear more. Thank you so much to all the incredible artists that we've interviewed in this series. Please go and check out their amazing work. They're all incredible. And thank you so much to everybody that has donated, liked, shared, bought t-shirts, etc. for our charity single With a Little Help from My Friends. We love you all and are so, so grateful. Thank you.